Hey guys, I'm going to talk this time so that way you can hear what I'm doing. I have a couple brushes. I have a medium and I have a detail brush. I also will send you guys a screenshot, but I have the purple, I have the cobalt blue, I have the ultramarine, I have the viridian or like a bluish green, and then I have the violet, some call it carmine, some call it alizarin crimson, and then I have the orange. So today we're going to do an underwater scene, something fun and summery, which I'm all ready for the beach. Anyway, all right, I have it separated here just because this is the back of my card. I'm just using a scrap piece, that's why there's stains on it. But I'm going to go ahead and take some of this green, and the background is going to be our lightest wash. I'll pull a little bit of the cobalt or the ultramarine in, just to give it a little bit more. And see how watery it is? It's real loose. I'm just going to take and give it a little swirl. I start out real small and light on my tip, and then I go ahead and bring it down. And I can do the same here. And you don't want them all the same. This one's a little bit more wiggle. I'll just show you a few different kinds. These are our background ones. This one I'm going to do like a little sea plant. We'll layer the colors as we go on with different colors more and more. We'll give it a couple more little wiggles. You can see how fun you can have with it by doing, I'm going to leave room up here because I'm putting a couple little fish. So it's going to have some sea life in it. Okay, now as that dries, I'm going to go ahead and mix in a different color, and this one's going to be a little less watery, a little bit more saturated, not by much. I'll do more of the blues and the greens, and I'll get a little bit deeper. I can even pull some ultramarine in there because that has a little bit of a purple. See how it's a little less watery, a little bit more solid. And then as this dries, I'm going to dry it quick, I can start to pull in a couple other little fun plants. This one has more of the coral feel to it, and all I'm doing is kind of pulling it down and letting the brush do most of the work. I'll get even a little bit deeper with the color. Pull a little bit more water, some more of the ultramarine, some more of that cobalt, and I'll do a couple little corally. Now, of course, if it's not dry underneath, it's going to bleed, but it's water, so if it bleeds, and I'm leaving a little bit of white spots here too. I can get even more solid because we're coming down towards the front. I'll drop a couple little dollops of paint in there to deepen the color and just let it bleed out a little. And if any of these are too light, I can always go back in and I can add to them. There's no right or wrong. It's very loose. It's very fun. So we'll put a couple more of these in here. I'll do a couple little boop, boop. Little X's, kind of look like loose plant life. A couple more little squiggles, a couple small ones. This way we're layering it. Now that I've gotten that color in there, I'm going to go ahead in and I'm going to add a little bit of the purple. Maybe give a little bit of the purple mixed with the blue. A little bit more water, and then just one more little line. I don't want to go over what I already went because it's wet, but I'm going to give it a couple little loose purple swirls, and then it starts to actually look like it's layering. There, I think that's good. Put a couple in there, and then I'm leaving the other ones alone because they're still wet. So now while they're drying, we can take, we're using paper towel tubes or toilet paper tubes, nothing fancy. And I'm going to go ahead and put in, actually I'm going to dry this out because I'm going to need this for my flat work to put the tube in. So we'll clean that out. Put in some of my orange in here. And I'm going to dip that right in there And then I'm going to hold this here. Boop. Okay. Try it again. Might have to rock it a little bit to get a little bit more shape to it. Close enough. So then I'm going to take one of the colors and I'm going to go ahead in and just give it some loose little tail, 2 little triangles, maybe a cute little thing here, cute little fin, give him a little bottom lip. Add a little bit of that red in there, let it bleed. Maybe some fins, and then leave a little bit up there. And again, if you add too much, you can just take your brush and pull a little bit of that away. Add some texture in there, or some highlights. You can do pull away little fins or scales. Okay. I want a little bit more in here, a little bit more of that red down in here. This one has a little bite out of his tail. Just a little personality. And we'll add the details in with our Rapidograph or micron pens that I have. And I have a bunch of these cut, so I'll already have these for class. Then I'm going to take a little bit of that purple mixed with that alizarin crimson, and I think I'm going to make this one, we'll have him swim in the same way. I'm going to have him swimming in the same direction, but you can do it in different directions. You can see kind of how loose this is. You're just having fun with it. Maybe a little bit of the fins down here. We'll give him 2 fins, and we'll give him a little bit more of a mohawk top. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this orange and actually pull a little bit into his belly. Normally I wouldn't mix orange and purple together because it tends to muddy up, but I want to see the color in this. We cap him off with a little red at the bottom there. I like his tail. It's a good shape. Okay, give him a little bit more of a lip. They kind of look like piranhas, which is scary, but then I'm going to take some of that orange and tap it on there, almost like bubbles. And if I want to, I can even do some blue bubbles too. Just tapping it. And see, I got some in the fish, and if I don't want any of the fish, I just take my brush while it's wet and pull them right out. This is where we can go back in if we want to have a little bit more detail. Maybe a little, no, I don't like that. See, I'm going to take this, just pull that right out. I'll add a little bit of that orange in there instead. Brighten him up a little. This is your guy. You can dress him up all you want. See, if I got that too orange and I don't like it, I'll pull a little bit of the water, back that back off again. Watercolor's pretty forgiving if you can catch it quick. If not, then you just learn to layer. Okay, I'm gonna throw the hairdryer on this. There we go. Sorry about that. blot up a little bit of the, I don't want my pens. There we go. Now, we can have fun with this. I'm going to use probably number 3, maybe 2 or 3. And I'm going to have a little fun with this. And I don't have to go in the lines. I can go outside of the lines if I want to. I don't have to outline them if I don't want to. I can kind of play around with it. Give them a nice big eye. We're going to make her a girl. There's usually a little tiny fin right here. Okay, let's make this one a little. She's got nicer hair. Eyelashes. All right, now, fun part. Get our detail brush, and we'll get the white acrylic. And we'll bring a little of this white acrylic in. There we go. You don't need much water. I'm just going to add a little water just because it's a little thick. And I'll get the water out of my brush. And we're going to go ahead in, and I'm going to add a little bit of white in here. We can always go back in with Repetograph too. And then I'm going to take this, or I can take the back of my brush, and I can add little bubbles here and there. I tend to like the back of my brush for bubbles better anyway. And the acrylic will dry pretty quick. And then you got your little fishy with the little coral. And by changing the colors up, you can make it monochromatic. So you can do blues and purples with blues and purples up here, maybe a little green. Or you can do greens with red or blue with orange to make it more complementary. So there you have it. Now you got to name your fish.